I have been dating my fiancé for 2 years now, and proposed to her 4 months ago. Throughout our relationship, she always had a habit of spending without knowing how much money she has. She works and makes nearly the same as I do, but has no savings whatsoever. She gets takeout from Taco Bell daily even though I always cook food for her. If we go shopping, she will always buy new clothes and shoes, but then come home and realize that she bought copies of the same thing. However, she refused to return anything because returning something is a bad look, and she can just throw the old copy out. I have tried talking to her about this, explaining that savings aren't just for retirement. I tell her that our vacations only happen because I save money for them, and explain to her that small expenses add up faster than we think. But she refused to listen and yelled at me, saying, "You can't tell me how to spend money that I earned by myself." I agreed with her and backed off, because she does only use her own account for those expenses. Unless of course it's a gift from me or a vacation that we are going to together, which I deal with on my own. Anyway, as soon as I proposed, she was really happy and began planning the wedding straight away. We luckily found our dream venue, and since it wasn't that popular, we set our date 2 months from now. And because we already had an out date, we started reserving vendors and services. We were mostly going to split the bill for the wedding, but I had actually been saving for this moment. It was in the form of cash, so I was planning on using it for some luxuries to make the day even more special. Little did I know, telling my fiancé about it would prove to be a mistake. I decided to tell her when she came back from work a week ago, and her reaction was a bit suspicious. She was happy, but not in the way I expected. She hugged me and thanked me for doing this for her, but I said that I did it for us, since it's a special day for both of us. She got startled and jumbled over her words, saying that wasn't what she meant and that she agreed with me. I didn't think much of it and just went to sleep. The next day, I took a day off and looked for luxurious wedding options, when I got the idea of renting a car. Driving away into the sunset with my now wife while all the guests cheered from behind would be magical, and a luxury car would make that the perfect moment. So I went to check how much cash I had exactly. To my absolute shock, I couldn't find a single trace of the money. I checked where I had put it and it wasn't there, so I searched the entire house, but I still had no luck. After an hour of searching, I decided to call my fiancée and ask her if she had seen the money. She said, "Oh yeah, I took that because my friends were having trouble affording my bachelorette party. I didn't have any money saved up, so I took yours." I couldn't believe what I had just heard. I asked her, "What bachelorette party? You never told me you were having one." She started going on about how it was her dream to go to Las Vegas with her friends, and that this was the perfect opportunity. But once I realized what had just happened, I told her that she had just stolen my money without asking, and needed to return it immediately. That money was meant for our wedding, and she can't just give it away to her friends for a party. But she blew up on me and said, "You saved that money because you were going to buy luxuries for me anyway. So the money is actually being used for its intended purposes. I didn't steal anything, I just used what was already mine. And besides, I won't ask for anything after this trip, so just let it go." I tried explaining to her once again that the wedding was for us, not just her, and that she can't just steal something. She is the one who always insisted on keeping our money separate, so she should respect that. However, she still didn't listen, accused me of being controlling, and said that I was overreacting. She said that I should be happy for her and wish her a safe journey. At that point, I was literally fuming, but I put the phone down instead of yelling at her. If she wasn't even acknowledging the fact that she literally stole from me, then there is no point in yelling at her. However, that didn't mean that I was going to let this slide. Not telling me about a trip right before our wedding, and using my money without asking were enough grounds for me to break up with her. Instead of texting her, I went on Facebook and made a long post, tagging both our parents. I explained the situation, about how I felt used and betrayed. I also told everyone what her reaction was after being confronted. I ended the post by saying, "I am certain that I don't want to get married to that kind of person, so I am calling off the wedding. I apologize to anyone who has bought any gifts, and hope that you're able to return them." My phone began blowing up with calls and texts from everyone, but I ignored it because I was tired and wanted to sleep. However, I did answer my ex-fiancée's call because I wanted to see if she was going to apologize. But she just yelled at me again, and called me manipulative for exposing her actions to the public. She said that she was going to sue me for all the money she spent on her nails and hair in preparation for the wedding. I just laughed and replied, "Well, I wasn't planning on reporting my stolen money because I considered it a farewell gift. But it's a different story if you're planning on suing me. Hope that the police case doesn't prevent you from going to Viva Las Vegas."